why did you join? Where were you when you started, and why did you join? And then has your experience been like?
Yeah, well, it was funny. Nomita said she was a dentist. I was a violinist, so we're even going even further away. And I remember on the list of, you can come to this course from this, and I thought, oh, there's no
Right.
violinist, but I talked to support. They said, fine, fine, you can come on. And but I'd done a lot of tapping to help me with my profession, and and then I did an energy with Dawson Church, the energy psychology certification, and that was fabulous and taught me a lot about tapping and a lot about those kind of modalities. But as a sort of past violin teacher had students, but this fear of I'm going to give one coaching session and then that'll be it. And then every few weeks or days even, I'm going to be having to look for new students, clients, sorry. And so it was when I saw the whole system, so that there was going to be not just give one and then start looking for another, I was looking at the clients I was having, because I finished at the end of 2017, no, 18, 17. And so then I started doing a few talks and I got some clients, and I would say the average was about 12 sessions with each client, because I would do the different things, but then more things would come up. And so, and that was very, very nice that people wanted to continue. It wasn't, okay, we get to the end of the 8 sessions and then they would say, yes, I do want to go. And I was like, oh my God, they want to go on, so, but really, and that was really one of the main things I wanted to get from the program. So that was really good. And then I was saying to Bethany the other day, I mean, the marketing, I'm seconding Namita on this, that I just love the fact that you never talk about funnels and things like that, because, I mean, this just gives me the creeps. And so, and the whole thing of, I remember once you even saying, you don't even need to have a website. You can just start with talks and everything. And I mean, I do have a website, but it took a long time, resistance, but it was really nice, being able to get clients like that. And it felt, it's sort of, there was obviously sort of learning curve at the beginning, but having the different talks to be able to give and everything were really, really helpful. So, yeah. Yeah.
Since you knew tapping pretty well, and you
Yeah.
actually did more in
I did a
energy
lot of tapping.
psychology, what was it like for you to already know that modality, have tried it with people, but then all of a
Yeah.
sudden used it in this comprehensive framework, following, more of a process with the tapping built in?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's sort of the idea of it being more. It's a different use of tapping, I think, because when I use tapping in other ways, it's more they give me the words, but I liked, for example, I had Tapping into Wealth, your book, and so I liked the scripts, because very often there were things that I would then use with the clients, and they would say, oh yeah, I didn't realize that was there. And so it's just adding extra information, if you like, for them. And I liked it, and I especially also like the processes, the visualizations, I call them triggerizations, because they're so triggering. And so, but and really useful. And I find, because I've done the tapping into wealth with individual clients and also with groups, but I've also used the processes I also have a get out of a crisis coaching, but I use visualizations and these processes in that all the time, and it's like having a whole bunch of different things to be able to use. So I found it, yeah, really, really, and interesting to see I think mainly it really helped to increase my confidence, because it felt like having answers to, or ideas, for how to. Before that, there was a real feeling of, okay, I can do a session with a client, that's fine, but now what do I do with them? So to
Yeah.
actually, even to suggest, I'll come back for another one, it was sort of, okay, well, we're done today, bye, sort of thing. And but to actually have an idea of, we could go here, made a big difference. So
Yeah, I mean, that was me. I would do
Yeah.
sessions and then I'd be like, well, bye.
Yeah.
And they would leave. And I'd say, I wonder if they're ever going to come back because I didn't really,
Yeah. Cross
I
fingers,
knew
but yeah.
tapping, right? But
Yeah.
that was how I ended the session. Bye.
Yeah.
There was packages. There was, because I didn't know, I didn't have the confidence to sort of say, this is what we would do next. I wasn't clear. And so it's just for me, having struggled as a coach and lived through those same
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
it was so important for me to just put something in coaches' hands that they could feel that confidence. So I'm so glad that that's what you
Yeah.
experienced, is
Yeah.
a level of confidence.
Yeah, yeah. No, and another thing I wanted just to add about the program, because two things that one, I like how it very transparent it is. There were no, for example, I don't know, the talks up front, you sort of saying, at the end of the talk, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to talk about what I have to offer and everything. And that kind of thing, that was a whole revelation for me that you can actually do that. But it also meant that then I got to the end, and apart from then I would have to say something. But it also
Yes.
sort of like, damn, and so just running off the stage. But, you know, it sort of paved the way as well. It felt like I'm not tricking anyone here. And I just found, and the whole, weren't any hidden extras here. There weren't. I've had other courses where you've got through it, and then to be in the Facebook group, you're paying $49 extra a month.
Yeah.
You know, and things like that. And you do it because you are on the course and you want to be. And so I really appreciate the MeWe group and just being part of it and things like that. And then the other thing is all the colleagues. I still have, I mean, Petra, one of your, is a really good friend now, and I've been working with Fiona as well, with her, and then with some of the other coaches, we take part in each other's programs and actually pay each other for each other's programs. And you know, I have a couple of mastermind groups with, so that's been absolutely amazing, because I started really from not having a group of other coaches to work with and to support, and so that's been really, really important as well. So
Yeah, it's a great tribe, right? And they speak this,
yeah,
you know, I
really
have
nice.
on a
Yeah,
slide, but here it is. It's like a group of people who are like-minded. They kind of
yeah,
speak the same language. They're doing their own work. You know, it's
yeah,
just, it's an incredible feeling. It's
yeah,
an incredible tribe. And that's one of our favorite things, is that so many people point to our team members and say, like, that's become a really good friend of mine,
yeah,
because
yeah,
we are here to give you that support, and we become colleagues, all of us, because we're all coaches,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Well,
So
thank you so much for sharing
thanks.
your
Oh, one more
endorsement.
thing. I just have to say, yesterday the phone rang, and and a woman, because she teaches a thing called fun finance. She teaches the practicalities of finance and stuff. And she said to me, "Do you want?" She's a friend through a business group here in Madrid, and she said, "I'd really like to do a program together. I'll teach basic finance stuff, you teach the tapping." And I said, yeah, absolutely, because your stuff will bring up all the resistance and I'll deal with it with the tapping. And so, and she said, right, okay, well, we'll work on what we're going to. And I just think, well, that's easy, you know, I've got all the material I need, you know. So that was so nice, because it was one of those out of the blue. So she, come and have a coffee,
Yeah,
and I thought it was just a coffee, and then she said, oh, I want to do a program. So that was really nice. So, and that was
I
literally
love
yesterday. So
I love
yeah,
those phone calls.
yeah,
Yeah.
me
And
too.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, why should you have to create anything? You know, you took this program, we should give you all the materials. You know, I went on a book tour for my book. And so I have all of that marketing material, the pitch media, that of course we
Yeah,
give you.
yeah,
I had to develop talks to get clients. So we give you those talks, and
yeah,
they're crafted, like how to start with transparency. Like, it's, why not just give that to you? I other programs I've never heard do that,
yeah.
but since I lived the work, I was
Mm.
like, why don't we include all of this? And so
Yeah,
there's not a lot of like upsells and hidden costs and things like that, especially in
yeah.
this open enrollment, because we're throwing in the kitchen sink for you. So
Yes.
it was like, open enrollment, everything's in there.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Jenny. I
you.
so appreciate seeing
Good to
you
see
and
you. Good
hearing
to
from
see
you,
you. Bye bye.
sharing with everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
bye
you.
bye. Thanks.
Bye.